Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Tina. Tonight I'm gonna talk about deception. As I often mention in my videos, between those topics that I'm elaborating on, what is happening, that we are surrounded by deception, okay? And how the system is operating that is managing to deceive us. So many millions of people are deceived every day. Well, one of the reasons why deception is so successful is that I could say that the worst deception is committed by kindness. This is the title of this video. And there's plenty of evidence about it, like what is really happening within this world that everyone experience at some point in their life this kind of thing. I mean, it's nothing unusual. This is part of the matrix, part of the system, and part of how successfully it's run. Because if you rule by fear only, obviously the cat is out of the bag. Everybody knows that we're being deceived, that we're being lied to. So basically what really happens, the system uses kindness very often as a means to lure you into certain belief, okay, that it creates this false safety, okay, security, that you feel, well, I'm fine, you know, I mean, everything is okay. I mean, there's plenty of examples that I could give here. And for example, like religion, you know, when you listening to certain ceremonies, okay, I'm talking about Catholic religion, there's lots of like different example of how good and kind people are. There's lots of charity involved in it. Lots of goodwill. People love these communities, the ones who believe. They try between this community system that gives each other support, and everybody can share, obviously, one faith that they believe in, and it gives you like a belonging, okay, like you belong somewhere. So there's lots of goodness in there, and there's no means that there is some charity in there done for the benefit of the public mainly. That shows that some people do get some help, but this is exactly like I would give another example, like when you come from a very toxic family, and the family, the perpetrator within family does everything in his power or her power, that whatever goes behind closed doors cannot be discovered. Oh my goodness, train. So basically, those perpetrators, they're usually very kind to the outside world. They participate in community. They participate in all sort of activities that people can see. Oh, look at him, look at her. Those are decent people. But behind the closed door, there could be totally different story. Because those could be a very worse nightmare and abuses to certain members of the family. So this is another like example that people often show the good face to the world, how good they are, how great they are, how helpful they are. And it's like this deception through kindness operates, I would say, everywhere. I would say kindness. This is false kindness. If you want something to achieve from someone by manipulating the person, this is not a real kindness but false kindness. But the other person is unaware of your intentions. That's usually how it works. Because, I mean, genuine kindness is a virtue, right? So everybody would think, wow, would that person pretend? And this is how people get lured into all sorts of situations that they regret, that they feel like they blame themselves, that they did something wrong. There's all sort of levels of manipulation happens because of that. Kindness, I often thought throughout my life that I've seen the worst devils that I've met in my life. They were the kindest people when I first met them. Yeah. Because on the other hand, how would I ended up with them, having a relationship, a friendship or whatever? Because they were kind, and I was fooled, and I was trusting, and I was naive. They were really, the first impression, they say, counts. Yeah, but first impression can be very, you have to be careful, guys, when it comes to this first impression business, because it's not often what the person really is. The true manipulators and people of quite evil character usually are very charming, softly spoken, yeah, very caring. They appear that way, okay? So you trust them automatically. You open up to them. They become your friends. And some of them, I mean, they can wear that mask for quite a while. Until they know that you are safety under the power, that they can do anything and everything, and suddenly everything changes. Now, this kind of behavior unfortunately continues because I'm talking here on the deeper meaning, like a metaphysical level. What goes on, for example, within that area when people have NDE experience? There's again the kindness, the love, the care, the beauty. Everything that you may expect, okay, it's given to you. It's like almost you are bathed in this wellness and in this amazing feeling. You kind of feel like you are the most special creature in the universe because they make you feel that way. Yes, you are everything and anything. You are the most cherished, the most loved, the most fantastic, clever, and yet you are kicked back like a piece of garbage back to your body. Yes, because I'm talking about near-death experience. This situation has been documented and recorded over and over and over in various different testimonies in different cases. If you care to study them and look into them, you will see for yourself there's a pattern of that. That majority of these people, they don't want to come back here. And it doesn't matter if they have a grieving brother, mother, sister, a baby, a loving partner, they still want to stay in that other place because it feels so loving. It feels so fantastic. But there's obviously ground deception going on because through that kindness, why do they show you kindness? Because they want you to tell others how beautiful and kind and loving it is. They kind of omit this little bit of very inconvenient part when they were kicked into their body when the experience is ending. That seems to be the least important part, and in my opinion it's the most important. But people are under the influence of this overwhelming feeling of love, that it doesn't matter that I was kicked back. Who am I gonna be pretending to be? Who am I? I mean, those guys that were there, they said they were my spirit guides and they were looking after me, they were always with me. So obviously I have a mission because they said so, that I've got lots to do, I have to come back. And oh boy, this is what happens really. They push it back, they belittle that feeling, that act of injustice, that something was done against their will. Okay, and this is huge, guys, because we're talking here about lying, okay, about deceiving someone and coercing someone into something that benefits them. What benefits them? You're coming back to the body, writing book or two, going to different seminaries, speaking, making videos on YouTube or other available media, okay, sharing with as many people as possible that love, that light, that goodness, that well-being, that promise. Wow. So this is the deception through kindness that continues on that level. And here we're talking about the near-death experiences. Yes, I mentioned the near-death experiences in most of my videos, if not in every single one, because this is such a area that needs to be exposed, needs to be studied, needs to be looked into, because there's too much going on that level, too much really. People getting away with this, spreading this information that because they felt so good, they forget that they've been deceived. They don't understand that that was pure deception, because what happens if you manage to speak to someone who had this experience years after the experience took place, what really happens? Quite a few of these people say that they became disillusioned, very depressed because of it, that they're still searching for the answer and question what happened. What was the reason really? Where was that fantastic promise and that mission that I'm supposed to be doing? I mean, writing a book and spreading, adding to another yet similar what others say, what sort of value it has for any true seeker, for any person who genuinely wants to find out what the hell is going on up there, on that place where people go to when they experience NDE. I mean, I don't know if this is like widely spread between people who have out-of-body experiences. I think this is totally different kettle of fish here, because there's lots of people claim that when they have out-of-body, for example, it's also the state that you leave the body behind and you're finding yourself at like a threshold of the other reality. Some people say they can't even close that threshold because there's some evil, creepy guys standing around and preventing them from moving anywhere. Or there's this feeling of dread and fear, that this kind of reason that, and yet some claim that they traveled and seen another worlds, another dimensions, another, obviously, all sort of non-physical realities, and even different galaxies or whatever. Yes, I mean, I cannot say that that wasn't their experience, absolutely. But then again, we each have unique experience when it comes to out of body, and each NDE is also unique. Some people say that this is almost like designed to who you are, like it's been customized. The experience that you're gonna have when you find yourself in NDE, customized in the sense that if you are religious, you're gonna probably meet Jesus or other religious figure, whoever you believe in, that they materialize in front of you and you can see that entity or whatever it is in front. Often there's relatives sometimes appear. If you, for example, suddenly have this NDE and you missed someone who crossed over, they can materialize fake relatives too. Yes, absolutely, because we're talking about NDE. Therefore, there's lots of documented cases that people see relatives, and something is always not quite right about this. When they see a relative, the relative either cannot fully talk to them, or is very eager, oh, you have to go back, you have to go back. So it's like echoing that whatever that entity standing next, that being of light, says you have to go back. So the relative, it's like repeating that they too believe that you have to quickly go back, you're not supposed to be here, it's not your time yet. Okay, so what are you doing here? So reinforcing what that entity says, but there isn't anything like very deep, meaningful conversation. Like for example, just example, let's say you lost your sister, okay, and you suddenly meet that figure that sees you like your sister, and you want to ask her questions during the NDE experiences. So what was it like for you? Where have you been? What you've been doing here? This kind of testimonies, I don't know if they are there even. I would be very interested if any of you guys had such an experience or heard about it. But there's always a cover-up. You're only allowed to find tiny bit of something. It's another thing is that is hidden. But this is kind of came through people who through channelings. I think it was in Michael Newton's book, that it was about when people cross over, you know, what happens really. They say, oh, we attended this, there was like a hall of knowledge or something, and you have to attend classes that you prepare for next reincarnation. So they're apparently teaching you in those classes, it's like a school of some sort. They prepare you to choose your new character, your new role, what is going to happen. And nobody knows the details, because that's another area that is, I would love to hear more, but there's very, very little, nothing about it really. There is no depth of what happens during those classes. Now, would I attend, if I was there, go to classes after a lifetime of abuse here? No way. No way. I mean, really. So I don't think such a thing takes place, but it sounds like it's, some people say, yeah, this is learning. If there was no abuse, if there was no challenges, you would be wasting your time here. So it's very widely spread around, so people accepting it. Now, going back to this false kindness, yes, this is really concerning, because it does take place. These situations like this, that you experiencing this in, between the experience of near death, okay, and also around in here they say as above so below. So it's all like everything almost that happens up here seems to be happening just a level up too, you know, nothing much changing. That's why I'm saying, guys, in my videos I always say, please ask questions. Do not accept something only because somebody said so, okay? Do not trust or believe anything that doesn't feel right, or you feel like it's it could be a bunch of nonsense, but they still say, yeah, this is definitely, you should look into this, because this is the path that you're going to find out lots of answers and the truth. Ask questions, and the best way to deal with that is to listen how it makes you feel. Okay, same if you meet people. Okay, if they're too nice suddenly and you feel, wow, something is up, you know, question why. So yes, it is important to be aware of that, and this is part of our awareness as well. If you want to make your awareness working for you, not against you, always be vigilant and cautiously question things, and don't jump into no conclusions at first. It's like, you know, finding yourself in new environments here. It's going to be similar when you cross over, you're finding yourself in a new environment on the other side, you know. If you feel like you are careful, like you are being in charge, that you don't need somebody's advices all the time and holding your hand because you're trusting your own intuition, then it's gonna take you through here to the other side, and you're gonna be okay, really. But when you're jumping into conclusions, and then you so, oh, I have to be helped, I'm not sure if I'm right. Yes, question yourself by all means, but also test the situation. Why are you questioning yourself, okay? Why are you questioning the other person? Why are you questioning the situation that you may find yourself suddenly in? You have to question that, why you question. Yes, that's right. Because this is how you, removing certain layers and go closer to the core. Oh, that's the reason, okay. Because this is something that, all this leads to one thing. You have to avoid being deceived, okay? You have to avoid being manipulated. But trust me, guys, some people are very good at it. Yeah. They're experts. They can manipulate, they can lie, they can look you straight in the eye and say, yeah, this is the honest truth. I mean, this really, you can trust me. Yeah, right. I always say questioning is the best way, the safest way to progress, and the safest way to protect yourself as well, because we're living in a world where everything lately became upside down, okay? I never thought I'm going to see this kind of state of the world. I can't believe what I'm witnessing actually. I don't know if to laugh or cry or what, but I try to, as much as possible, keep my sanity intact, if I can do that, and be as sober minded as possible. And how do I do it? Well, by keeping myself to myself, basically, in my personal everyday life, doing what's best for me, not getting involved in any nonsense, any outside what's going on, and basically making sure that I'm as comfortable, as well taken care of as it is possible within this physical reality, really. Take care of my health, take care of my well-being in any way possible. That's all what I can do, and I would advise you guys to do the same. I mean, if something doesn't work in your life, work on it to eliminate it, to move away from that spot where you don't feel good, okay? Because things I've noticed that unless you walk away from a bad situation, at least that was my life story, the bad situation is not going to walk away from you. Unfortunately, yeah. That means you have to do something about if you suffering, if something is not right and you feel like there's too much pain, that somebody's lying to you, that somebody's deceiving you, especially when you know it, then act immediately. Do not leave it too long. Do not wait, because lies sometimes can turn into something that when you leave something for too long, you become a victim, and being a victim weakens you, okay, and puts you in a situation that before you know, you're unable to act, you're unable to do much, and you need outside help or for some sort of support, because you're unable to solve the problems yourself. So yes, that would be basically it for tonight. I hope I shared enough within that area, although it's a big subject, but hope you liked the video. Take care for now and see you next time. Bye bye.